Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of You Consulting. My name is Sam. First off, Happy New Year's to everybody and their family. Today, we want to speak about a new entrepreneur coming into this industry. I have my friend here, Shahrozs. I want him to give his background and where he comes from because he is in this industry. He's my business partner at Soha LLC. But I want to know, where do you come from? What industry do you come from?
First off, thank you, Sam, for having me at your show. I appreciate it.
No problem,
thank you, my brother. Happy New Year's to you and your family. So it's been quite a journey for me. I come from the entertainment industry, and I was doing very well before the pandemic. And pandemic hit, everything changed. I had to find a way to somehow survive. Because survival, you have to have a survival somehow in this life. Everyone has bills. Just because you come from so and so industry doesn't mean you're loaded. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I know Sam for a very long time. He's more than a partner. He's a brother.
Yes, yeah, my brother.
And but I hit up Sam, and we got in touch. We somehow made it work, and it's been going pretty good so far.
So I just want to add on to something. Shahrozs, he comes from the entertainment industry. I think you're an announcer for WWE, right?
I work for WWE. I work for B4U TV. I'm a TV host for B4U channel. I'm a model and an actor, writer, producer. I do
now trucking business owner. So man of many talents.
Yeah.
The thing is, Shahrozs, the reason I want to do this, right, is so I want my viewers to understand trucking. Because you can read about something. Let's say you're a doctor. You can read about something, but you cannot understand it until you experience it. This man has experienced it. He has 6 months in the game now. He's making profit. He has a successful business going. So I want to know from you the pros and cons for my viewers so they can understand that, this is right and this is wrong. So for them to go in, they can have a realistic expectation for somebody coming from a totally different industry like you explaining the game to them. So
not to be negative or anything, I want to strike out the cons first because people need to know this. See, just like any business, business is going to be tough. If you're investing your money, your time, in the beginning, you have that feeling of like, what's going to happen, what's going to, it's also very mental, strength required for this kind of like business, right? So I would say the cons are, you really have to, understand that you have to put expectations to a level. Realistic expectations. People come into business, they're like, oh, I'm going to make a killing, I'm going to do this, or watch me doing this. Oh, no, it does not work like that. It's an everyday operation thing. I cannot plan a week, and the next thing you know is my truck is, something goes wrong tomorrow.
I absolutely agree with you. And also running a company, when you're running a company, you have to understand you have to be a leader. You have to be able to bring your team together. A company usually doesn't fail from outside, it fails from within. So Shahrozs, first thing I want to get into you, right? How was getting insurance for you, for your trucks? Once you got the vehicle, you got the insurance. How was it getting the insurance?
So let me, I want to say the pros. That's where the pros come in, right? Yes. The pros, insurance. Not that he's my partner, not that I'm being biased or anything. There were the time when we weren't working and I met other people and they were charging me hefty amount. They were like trying to literally rob me. I felt like there's something shady with every other company. They were like, oh, come under our authority, be an owner-operator. I don't want to be owner-operator. I want to be a company owner, have 100% ownership, right? Yeah. So through Sam, he really hooked me up with a very good insurance code. Am I allowed to name anyone?
Yeah, you can name John.
There's John over there. There's a really great guy. There's the other lady, Karna, she also helped a lot. And we got the insurance for like a very good premium for the first timer. I think that's really good because I've met people in trucking business, they pay crazy amount of money for the insurance. And as a first timer, I really felt like, I really got a good deal.
Okay, so now I want to get into something like, now you got the insurance, right? Getting the work, right? How tough is it getting work for you as far as your guys? I know we're on a contracted lane, right? I know, I want to say something. When people come into a business or industry, I work in OTR trucking, over the road, go state to state. Your options are broader. You're not set to a contract. You can pick up a load for one guy one day, then you can do it for another guy the next day. So, this was something that Shahrozs and a lot of new business owners have a problem understanding. So what's your understanding of getting work now, getting set up with companies, having more options? What do you think about that?
Trucking is not just like, one platform. Trucking in itself is a major like a galaxy. You know, it's a pretty big industry.
Broad,
There's so
broad.
many options. There's so much work. There is so much work. It's almost $1 trillion industry. Every day there is.
Sorry to cut you off. It's $800 billion a year.
Yeah, so
industry.
you can say 800.
Yeah, it's a trillion. Then they're trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's likely to go up there because now that the trade is
Yeah,
gonna go
probably.
high, things are getting back. The corona is gone, whatever. So, as I was saying, that in this industry, you have so many options to work. Like he said, over the road, and then you have contracted lane. The reason that I thought I would, be better with contracted lane because I want to, as a first time business owner, I want to have a sense of security. Like, okay, you know what? I have a contract, so I'm gonna get jobs. I didn't know the over the road trucking also makes same amount of money as the contract would make. But my contract is pretty good. Sam really helped me with the contract. He got me an amazing contract. I have a contract with Family Dollar. Just like you have Walmart, Amazon, and the family. They're pretty big,
But the one thing I want to debunk for my viewers is that you are not limited to one contract. You can be set up with more than thousands and thousands of brokers. You know what I mean? The factoring company that we work with, they have over 70,000 brokers in their network. So the options are wide. It depends on how you go about getting the work. I would recommend using a load board, getting in touch with these brokers, and really trying to understand where your options are. If it doesn't work out with one broker, you go to the next one. That's what I always told him. If this contract doesn't work, we go over here. We tried local stuff, then we went over there. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how it is. The work is always there. You don't have to stick with one contract.
Yeah.
There's gonna be plenty of contracts. There's so much work out there that you can get. But you need to understand one thing. Being on top is very, very important. Like when I first decided to get into trucking, so I have a few friends. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm gonna get into trucking." Oh, why don't you get your CDL? Why don't you drive first for a few months and then become a company owner, right?
Yeah.
So my thing, see, everyone has a different mentality, right? Everyone has a different mindset. So my mindset is something like this: I don't want to be in the business. I want to be on the business. Okay. I know some people may disagree. Some people may agree with this, but everyone has their own perception.
Ambition. Ambition.
Yeah,
I would say ambition is the right word.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong being a driver. This is beautiful, man. You save more money for your company.
It's an honest living.
Yeah,
it's an honest good
living. It's hard work. But my thing is I'm good with operations. I'm very good with operations, and that's what I want to work on. With Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. So we covered a few of our bases: insurance. These are some of the things that new business owners want to know. Now I want to tackle a difficult issue for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We went through maybe 2 or 3 drivers, right? So let's talk about drivers. You know how I trained you and how I helped you to understand how to react, and I really actually learned from you a lot too, because when you bring somebody in new, they bring their own mindset. So I actually did learn a lot from you too. But how would you say the best way to go about? Let's say you find a driver. Right? What's the best way? What type of structure does an owner need to have and be able to just make sure that their drivers are running in a good way?
Okay. So the kind of relationship you're supposed to have with your driver is professional and friendship. There's a thin line between that.
Yes.
Professionalism and friendship. You can't be too friendly to them. You can't be too professional to them. There's a thin line where you have to find a middle ground with the drivers. You have to meet the drivers at a middle ground. You need to understand
It's a trust factor.
Yeah, trust factor. You need to understand they're not your slaves. You don't want to outwork them because then they'll run away. Okay, and the second thing is that it's very hard to find reliable drivers, Sam. It's just that's the reality.
We have a good one now.
Yeah, we have a very good one now after going through what.
But I want to add to that. The thing about the trust factors, right? The drivers, they're gonna have to get your oil checks. They're gonna have to make sure that the truck is good. You're giving them your equipment, and they are responsible for it. So I don't think the approach that you being hard on them all the time or trying to be controlling or micromanaging is not going to work. You're going to scare them away, run them away. There are good drivers out there, but you have to give them a little bit of freedom, give them a little bit of trust and faith, and that's how you'll get work done. Let's say he messes up once. It's not the end of the world. You still have insurance costs. You need this truck to be operating. Then what you do is the second time you find them maybe. Then the third time you find them. And then you try to figure out, is there really a bigger problem here that we need to resolve and try to get somebody else in the truck?
I'm glad you pointed out. Main thing is the structure of your company.
Yeah.
You must have your company structured, proper paperwork, legal work, legalities, have a contract with your driver. Just don't hire somebody and then pay them cash. Make sure you have a contract. Make sure everything is legally done. Make sure you be smart about it. You know, it's a very important thing. And then also, as he said, the driver has your equipment. He has your fuel card. He has
You have to have a trust.
Yeah.
You have to have a trust.
Exactly.
If you don't have a trust, it's not going to work out.
It's not going to work out. So the trust is the main factor with the drivers. Absolutely. But if anyone else also wants to get into this industry, you don't necessarily have to find a driver. You can get your CDL. This is one of your clients or friend, I believe, who recently got his CDL, and he's going to buy his truck, and he got a CDL. And I respect that.
That's all.
That's a different mindset.
There's different ways to do it. As long as you're driven and you keep working towards it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've noticed with us. Me, I'm the type of person that brings other people in this industry, because when you have new people, you can innovate and understand with new ideas, new beginnings. It helps build you as a person and grows your companies and company. So, okay, now I want to ask you about, another thing that entrepreneurs like to hear about is revenue and profit. What would you say? Do you have a good balance of revenue, profit? Are you happy with what you're making?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. I'm very happy because, coming from where I come from, being an entertainer, having your own business in the past, and not every job is, not every job is there. You're not gonna get jobs every day. So you having consistent money, consistent cash flow. That's a blessing, to be honest. And I feel I'm happy with what I'm doing right now.
Give us some net profit, you would say, just because I know the numbers, but I would like my viewers to hear from you. Some net profits, just some honest answers.
Yeah, man. So listen, I don't want to go over the top of it. If you want to know the net profits, we gotta add the expenses too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, that is after expenses.
Yeah, that's all after expenses. You can go, I would say minimum to maximum, right? I would say minimum monthly 20,000, maximum could go anywhere to 35 to 40,000.
Yeah.
It depends
on your hustle. One unit, right?
It's one unit. Yeah. So 25 to 35,000. I mean, net profit. Net profit, yeah.
I would like to make it easier because, you had also me and we were a team and we worked together. For new entrepreneurs, I would say maybe a monthly savings minimum would probably be 10 to 35,000. The reason I say that is because there's a lot of factors. And the thing is, me and Shahrozs working together, we were able to get rid of a lot of the bullshit that happens in the beginning and get us right to profitability. And now we have something very beautiful. It's a beautiful company, beautiful. There's a lot of people that are living off of it. Your brother, your family, the families of our driver and the helper, and us. So it is a beautiful thing when you do it the right way. If you're one of those micromanagers that have ego clashes, stuff like that, you have to be on the same page as your team. Me and him, we see eye to eye 9 times out of 10. And if that one time we don't, we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
That's what a team is.
Exactly.
Especially in the business world. You cannot have ego clashes. You have to work as a team.
Since you mentioned ego, you have to have a very calm, presence, and you have to be very calm at business. You could be aggressive. There are times you have to be aggressive, but try to be calm, because calmness, it breeds very honest, very positive
vibes. You get good energy from the people that you're interacting.
You want to make things easier. You want to see. The thing is, every day there'll be a problem. Something will go wrong. Anything can happen. I'm not saying every day. I'm not trying to be negative. Some day there could be a problem. Some day there's no problems. So you have to, instead of wondering on the problem, try to find a solution for the problem and just keep working on it. Just keep that mindset. Hey, listen, no matter what happens, I will be working. I'll try to fix this. I'll try to fix this and that. That's the whole mindset.
Awesome. So, guys, I want Shahrozs to give us some final thoughts. Anything you'd like to add for our viewers that they would like to know about trucking? Something that you want to say?
Listen, man, I'll be very honest. For everyone, anyone can get into the industry. Because I came from entertainment, I had zero knowledge about trucking. Now I know so much, alhamdulillah. Thanks to God, thanks to Sambhai. I appreciate this guy so much for helping me gain the knowledge through him. Very, very honest person over here. If it wasn't for him, to be honest, I wouldn't know what I know right now. A lot of things I've learned through him, and also on myself as well. That I research. So final thoughts would be anyone can get into the industry. It's all about your will and your drive. You cannot procrastinate things. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." No, you have to get it done. You need to remember, you want to do something, just make it happen. Yeah. No talks, only action. That's what it's all about. And if you compare this business to any other business, let's put hospitality, entertainment, restaurants, leisure, travel. Every industry is pretty much, one pandemic happened, things are gone. Yeah. Maybe next year we have some, God forbid, anything happened, some next virus comes in. Those industries are going to be shut. The only industry that's up and running is trucking, logistics. So anyone
never
can
stops.
do it. Anybody can do it, but you have to have will. You have to have the drive, and you just have to keep working hard at it, like really hard.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you know, you heard it from him. He's someone new in the industry. Hard work beats it all. Discipline and hard work are the two most important things in any business that you go in. Thank you so much, Shahrozs.
Thank you, sir.
Final message for my viewers is we did the Learning OTR series. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. You can subscribe on the bottom, like if you like this video. We appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great year, 2021. New blessings. Sky is not the limit. Cosmos is the limit. God bless you all. Thank you, Shahrozs.
God bless. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it,
having me, man. Thank you.
Love you, man.
Thank you.